I'm going to share a little story from my yoga retreat because I think it's really interesting and maybe somebody would like to hear about it. It's about the divine feminine and the divine masculine. In regard to the Kundalini awakening. So we had a beautiful guru that came and talked to us about the Kundalini and about what it means. And one thing that he said was that the Kundalini sits in your sacrum, in your tailbone. That is where the divine feminine sits, the divine goddess, which you can call her Kali, you can call her Parvati. It's just the divine feminine in all of her forms, in all of her shapes. And it was really interesting because he was constantly mentioning, like, this is creation, this is abundance, this is love, this is life. And we started asking, okay, so if the divine feminine, it's all of that, what is the divine masculine? Because the divine masculine is actually Shiva, and Shiva sits here on top of the head near the crown chakra. So the key to the Kundalini awakening is actually for the divine feminine, for the Kali divine inside divine feminine to rise up to meet the divine masculine, which sits around here, And he said, like, oh, I will tell you another day. And I think that the next day came or the second day. And then this question was asked again, like, okay, but what does the divine masculine mean if the divine feminine is abundance, is creation, everything of this? And he told that the divine masculine is nothingness. The divine masculine is nothing. And the union of the divine feminine and of the divine masculine inside us means the union of creation with destruction, with nothingness. So yeah, I find that to be really, really interesting because this is actually creation. Yes, this is actually the universe being, nothingness with creation. But this is the divine feminine with destruction, which is the divine masculine. And so I find it really interesting that in order for them to meet, the divine feminine must rise because she is creation, she is matter, she is being. The masculine is nothing. So in a way, you could say it's just like a proposal. Because I hear a lot of the topic between twin flames. Some of you might know, some of you might not. And why is that the divine feminine always like awakens? Because this is what you do in Kundalini. You awaken your divine feminine so that it can meet her counterpart, the divine masculine, after she ascends. So there is no ascension for the divine masculine. The divine masculine does not have to ascend because the divine masculine already sits in the sky, in the higher plane. But the divine masculine is nothingness. It does not exist until the divine feminine meets in ascension with the divine masculine. So, yeah, I think it's really interesting. I think it's a different point of view regarding this topic. So, yeah, that's it.